Before we go into creating your happiness goal map, let us explore the key points of happiness, and in particular, authentic happiness. Maybe the starting place is to understand that it is as natural for you and I to feel happy as it is for the sun to rise each and every day. Each one of us has an inner light, a ray of happiness that we can bring forth regardless of the detail of our day, whether it's a good day or a bad day. We can actually choose to find an inner happiness and to, through that happiness, light up our life, improve things for ourselves. It's also, of course, natural for us to feel sad when something painful happens in our life, when we lose a loved one, when we go through some sort of crisis within ourself and our family. It is absolutely natural and healthy, actually, to feel sad because we need to release that emotion. What's important is that we understand this process so that we don't become stuck in a habit pattern, because whatever we do on a regular basis becomes habit. Thinking the same way is a habit, feeling the same way is a habit, behaving the same way is a habit. And sometimes we create habits of happiness, and sometimes we fall into a rut, a low place of feeling sad. And it may be important for a time because we need to grieve and to release heavy emotions when something genuinely sad and difficult happens in our life. And we must also be mindful that we form habit patterns easily, and sometimes people are staying in a place of sadness long after the reason and time to be sad has passed by. Life will always be a path of highs and lows and ups and downs. Learning personal development doesn't take away difficult times. It gives you the tools to move through those difficult times. Quite naturally, some days are more of a high. The day turns out the way that we believe it should, and we naturally rise up and we find our shine. And other days do not turn out the way as we believe they should, or whole periods, and we fall down into a bit of a rut, and we sometimes get lost and clouded by our own shadow. Many people, of course, just end up in the middle place of being a little overcast, a little gloomy, that the shine for them has gone from life. If you really understand the nature of success and the nature of happiness, then ultimately what you will understand is that happiness is a choice. There will always be many things outside of our immediate control in life, particularly in the area of relationships, because everybody has free will. Often we will be in an experience of life where our physical ability to influence our environment or influence our circle of friends and our situation may be very limited. But what will always be within our power is to choose our thoughts about our situation. And by choosing to focus on the best, by choosing to bring forward that inner light and to shine, well, not only do we brighten our own day and we smooth our path because we're no longer reactive, we are choosing to approach our life with a positive mindset and a passionate heart. And through that, we also help others to find their way out of the shadows and into a brighter day. Happiness is the highest form of success because without it, all other forms of success start to become meaningless. all too often it seems the headline paper news will be of someone who apparently had an amazing life. They were talented, they were beautiful, they were gifted, they were maybe rich, and often people would have envied them, and yet the person was so unhappy that they ended their own life. I have so many clients who've achieved so many amazing things, and yet they're not happy. There are many forms of happiness. Random happiness is the type of happiness that comes when we hit some type of chance good fortune, like winning the lottery is a random happiness. Purposeful happiness ultimately comes from making a choice. It's about choosing to be happy and living in a certain way that helps you and supports you in being happy.